Good morning. So today is kind of going to be a random day in the life of Casey. We are going to try to put that camper back on this truck, but in order to do so, I'm going to take off the light bar, pilot car sign rack, toolbox is all got to come out of there. And then I have never put this back in this truck since I built that bottom rack for it, and I think it'll fit, but I have that hydraulic pump in here in the bed that's kind of in the way a little bit, but we'll see. Now the reason we're putting that camper back on there is tomorrow I'm going on a road trip to help out a couple that, from the sounds of it, I haven't seen in person yet and 100% certain, but from the sounds of it, got completely screwed over by a tow company, and now their car has been stuck 6.5 hours away for 3 weeks now with no way to get it back home due to some damage that was done to it. And we're gonna go help them out. So we gotta get that into here, get all that stuff out first, move that tray out of the way, get the EcoFlow setup back in there so that I have my power and heat and air conditioning and such things. Then we got to do the other thing that I was supposed to do that now I cannot remember what it is, as I'm looking around hoping something jogs my memory, but that is not happening. And we do got to put a little air in that backhoe tire. Ooh, we can use the backhoe. That's the other thing. That's not at all the other thing I was talking about, but that is another thing. Is I set up that skid on that camper to be able to be lifted with the forks off the forklift, which I have on the backhoe. So we might try that and see if that works. Something else I was going to do today. Maybe wash the truck. You see I got a little Western on some off the road stuff there the other day. And then I hit another rock with the bumper here. Again, you can see I hit the same spot of the bumper that I already hit last time. You see now it looks fresh, so we don't worry about that. It held up just fine and all my spikes are safe, so we're good. We got the low bed hooked up because yesterday we hauled the snowcat on the low bed and got that moved back up the mountain. And then since the Zacklift is off the back of the Western Star, we are going to grease. Where are they? There they are. These two lower grease points on the bottom lift cylinders right there, because you grease them from the bottom when it's disconnected from the truck. And now some people have said, oh, you should put remote grease lines on that come up somewhere so you could grease it on the truck. And yeah, I mean, you could do that, but in all reality, those are the only 2 points on this whole thing that you can't grease while it's on the truck, and they very rarely need to be greased. You gotta remember that's the lower points for those rams right there. And as those rams go through their whole stroke, they move like that far. Very, very slowly. That pin at the bottom down there just ever so slightly moves back and forth. They don't require a whole lot of grease. Stuff like that underreach that goes in and out with a full load on it, and the pivot pin that goes back and forth like crazy. The sheave head wheels that are spinning and spinning and spinning while you're winching. Yeah, that stuff needs greased very regularly. The lower points on those lift cylinders, so they hardly have any movement at all, and they don't move very often, so it's okay to just do every once in a while when you have it pulled off the truck. This one's all good. We actually just used it for recovery. This one I got to check on. This has done a couple recoveries. Like I said, unfortunately, we couldn't film those ones, but on one of them, I broke this lower mount off. Well, it broke off. And then when I opened the tire swing, everything just fell on the ground out in the middle of nowhere. And that was not good. Some ratchet straps saved the day to get home, but I just goober welded that back on and it looks like it's holding up, so we're gonna call it good. This truck needs to get started back up because the batteries are dead. So we need to start it back up. And then I gotta hook up the car trailer, the small car trailer, to use that for a trip tomorrow. So let's start pulling some toolboxes apart. Oh, I know the other thing I was gonna do. Totally remembered. We need a 1/2 inch here and an impact driver here and a battery there. So the other thing I was going to do, I said in the video where we moved the snowcat that I would show you my complete hack job of a headache rack and pilot car sign, and then I forgot to do that, so we'll do that. Start the backhoe, let it warm up first. So now, fair warning, this headache rack, it's bad. It's not nice at all. But I didn't build it. I mean, I did put it on there, but check this sweet piece of engineering out here. Oh yeah, it's a beauty. So the first time we hauled that snowcat, I needed to use this truck as a pilot car. I didn't have a rack to put my, the pilot car sign is actually really nice. This is a really nice pilot car sign. It's the rounded corner, curved over edge one. It's actually a nice one. But I didn't have a headache rack to put it in because I'd never used that sign on this pickup. It actually, well, that camper shell top over there, it has some slots where it goes into the top of that. It goes on to that pickup just fine over there. I've never used it with this pickup. And then we got that call for the snowcat move as kind of an emergency call, so we didn't have time to do anything. And I said in that video, I need to build a nice headache rack, some sort of pilot car sign for this truck so that it's ready to go as a pilot. And then I never did that until the next time I had to move the snowcat. And I thought about building something basically kind of like this, but nicer. And then again, I did not. And then I looked on Facebook Marketplace and this was on there for 50 bucks. And I'm like, well, 50 bucks. So it's not like great, but for 50 bucks, I went and picked it up, and then I just used the toolbox clamps to clamp it down on there. And then I just welded on these two little sockets on the top that the sign drops down in. You unpin it, lift the sign, stand it up, and then those legs right there drop in, and then you have your sign up there. So instead of having to build the whole thing and making it a project, 50 bucks, it did what I needed to do. So, 1, 2, 3. Man, I stopped that as close as you could get. And I dropped that one. Cool. I got the air compressor fired up. Got the Haglund here. Put a new wheel on that one that fell off. There's just how it works on these Haglunds. On the other side, there's a spot I can show you. So I pulled the tape off to see what was going on in here. This one's just missing its cap. That's just the cap right there. So there's one Allen head bolt right here, and then this fitted retaining washer. It's kind of like a step type of deal. That bolt goes into this arm back here, and that one Allen head bolt sandwiches the wheel on there, and that's literally all that holds the wheel on. And what happened on that one is the bolt broke, and then the wheel fell off. This wheel here, you see I need to put a new cap on there, but it's also a wheel that needs to be replaced anyway, so tap would have to come out to do that. Unscrew that bolt, pop the wheel off, pop a new wheel on, screw that bolt back in, and you're done. It's really that simple. I actually had quite a few comments in both the videos about that thing, saying you're just gonna turn around and sell it one of these days anyways. And it's like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock, that's what I do. Been doing it for many years, love it, have a lot of fun with it. I buy stuff, I sell stuff, I use it, I have fun with it, I make some money on it. It's a great time, why wouldn't I do that? I've been in business for over 12 years now. We're going on 13, I think. And a good portion of the money my business has made has come from buying equipment and selling equipment. It's a whole lot of fun, it's something I really like doing. I'm not good at a lot of things, but one of them is finding undervalued vehicles for sale and buying them, and then selling them, and either using them in the meantime and making money with them, and then selling them for what I paid for them, or selling them for a profit, or sometimes doing both, and that's the best. So yeah, hopefully that thing does make me a good bit of money, either by its use over the winter or by someone giving me a good offer on it that makes it worth it to see it go down the driveway like everything else. I'm actually gonna come back up here and grab my locking air chuck, so I'll just sit there and hold that thing on there the whole time. Yeah, that's something I've actually thought many times about doing, and really a business direction I would like to go or add on to with another business would be like equipment dealership. Like, well, used trucks and equipment would be super cool, but mainly equipment and stuff. I've always enjoyed searching out and finding stuff and going to the auctions and buying stuff. I've been doing that forever. Trailers, trucks, equipment, I've had so much of it that I've like bought from an auction for a really good price, used it, made money with, usually paid it back, and then sold it for a profit. That'd be a fun business to do, because like the best thing about doing all that is you get to play with all this stuff in the meantime. Like, somebody wanted to buy that for the right price. See ya. That truck right there. If someone offered me the right price for that, that thing would be down the road so quick. Same with this trailer now, it's looking all fly. This was an auction buy. I actually probably paid dead on market value for this trailer, but now it looks a whole lot prettier, so maybe I can up the price and someone will buy it for a lot more and I make some money on it. Bye-bye. I only paid $325 for this thing, so I could totally make some money on that. This trailer here I bought for 4,000 bucks, and it's got 8 brand new tires, brand new rims, all brand new slack adjusters, brakes, wheel bearings, everything. There's way more than $4,000 of value right there. This thing I could totally profit off of. See you later. The rollback, for sure, if someone offered me the right price. This ain't gone. The Zacklift right there. Ooh, that's that one would be a tough one. I mean, like, if someone offered me enough money for that, that thing would be down the road so quick. But it would have to be an ungodly amount of money, because all I'm going to do is take all that money right back up to Cleveland, Washington, hand it back over to Zacklift and say, let's build another one. Because I don't think I could get by without that thing after having it. It's no. So yeah, for the right money, but it'd be stupid money. This thing here, gone in a heartbeat. This truck has been used on, now that we've done this, 3 jobs this whole year. And we're into end of August now. So think of how much it costs to insure a wrecker. It's really expensive, I can tell you, for sure. 3 jobs in a year have not paid for that. This truck cost me money to own for as little as I use it. This truck does not turn a profit. In my balance sheet and books, this truck is a hole in my stuff. So yeah, I would totally sell that in a heartbeat. But again, for the right price, because I do not profit with that truck. The big trucks, they all make money throughout the year because they go to work. Pretty much, well, the Western Star every day, either that or the rollback. Those trucks do just go to work. Like you see YouTube videos, but in between, they go to work and just work. Like I get up every morning and I go to work and do a job. It's not only like filming YouTube videos, which would be cool, but we're not there yet. So that one there is a hole in my books. It is a loss every year. This truck does not pay for itself. It costs me money to own it. And since this is a business, the whole idea is the equipment you own makes you money. That's the whole point of a business. So none of this stuff is sacred or anything like that. It's equipment. It's cars, it's trucks, it's equipment. It's just stuff. And this is a business. The goal is for the business to make money. If this stuff can make the business money, that truck too. Peace out. If this stuff can make the business money by either using it or by selling it and making money that way, great. Sell it. Let's do it again and make more money. That's kind of like how it works. Now, we are right back to where we started with the pickup and the camper, and I'm remembering that I came all the way up here to get this and go out with the tires of the backhoe that are down there at the shop. I might have got distracted, but I actually had this conversation with Matt, Matt's Off-Road Recovery, when we were down there one time. The banana, what he started his channel with, he said some of the price of millions of dollars, he would not sell that thing, because that's, I don't know, for him that is sentimental, that is something special to him there. Sure, that's fine, you can have that, that's great. And so he would not sell that banana for just an ungodly amount of money. Me, on the other hand, like I said, this is a business, and you never make business decisions off of emotions. That's kind of a rule I've always tried to stick by, and will continue to try to stick by. So yeah, what makes business sense is what business does. And some people on here get, I guess, more attached to this stuff than I do, and then get upset by that, and I get that, and that's fine, but also it's business. Okay, locking air check, let it go. But speaking of business, a lot of you ask where David's been, because you haven't seen him in any videos lately. He gone. Actually, he's not like fired or anything like that. His summer break from college is over, and now he's back at school. And I just had him for the summer. I had him for the summer between high school and college last year, and then had him for the summer break from college this year. So he's back at college learning some real things instead of just dumb tow truck stuff. Okay, let's see how bad we can screw this up. I have fork extensions, but these look like they're gonna fit. Not take out a tail light here. Or stab 2 holes in the front of my bed. Come on. Up we go. This is so I don't have to empty the toolbox to unload it. Alright, we're clear. Where do we put it on that thing. All right. Nailed it. Is this gonna reach? I think so. Oh no, I hit the back of my pickup first. Dang it, too short. Good thing I picked me up some extra reachers at the auction. Okay, now down to the shop to empty all this stuff out. Another comment I got that I thought was pretty funny because it just showed how completely opposite a lot of us think. Someone said, and it seemed, it might not have been how they meant it at all, but it seemed like in a negative way that my driveway is just going to be look completely different in a year anyway, as far as all the vehicles. And my immediate thought was like, shit, yeah, I hope so. Like, the last thing I want is in a year from now to be in the same place I'm at now. That's, any business should, well, in my opinion, think that way, because that means you're not progressing, you're stagnant. I don't want to be stagnant. I don't want a year from now, 100% correct, I want that driveway, what equipment is in that driveway, to look completely different, whether it's more stuff added in, stuff changed out for something I think it'll fit me better, stuff is gone because I made money off of it. That's exactly what I want. I do not want this driveway to look exactly like it does now a year from now. Because yeah, things like Haglund's are super cool and all, but running a profitable and successful business is even cooler to me. So that's what I keep my focus on. And also, I know that like you may watch my videos and see what I do and the decisions I make and all the stuff I do for free and things like that, and be like, there's no way you're profiting off of that, and you're 100% right on that. But that's why, as I said earlier, I get up every morning and I go to work. I still have a job. I still go to work every day, like non-YouTube work, pretty much every day, in addition to what you guys see here. And that's how I make a living and turn a profit. And I'm very happy to do that. I like doing what I do. I enjoy the towing and the work like that, which is why I do it. I do not enjoy the towing business as a successful business on its own. It's not. But what towing allows me to do is help people out using trucks and equipment and things that I really enjoy using. So that's a win-win, because the biggest thing I like doing is helping people. The second big thing I like doing is off-roading, driving trucks, running equipment, stuff like that. So if I can use all that stuff to help people, that's just the best right there. Don't stab the camper. But yeah, I do have to like still go to work and do normal jobs commercially as a business and with other businesses, aside from what you see on YouTube, in order to be able to afford to do what you see me do on YouTube. Is this turning into a therapy session right now? Because that was not at all the intent of today's video. Actually, there was no intent of today's video. Don't hit the camper. Are my forks too wide? I think they might be. Dang it. There's no way I'm gonna slide them with this on here, so that ain't gonna work. Okay, new plan. I just towed the camper out here. I'm gonna jack it up, pull the trailer out from under it, then go unhook the trailer and back my truck in under it from that side using the brand new jacks I put on it, which is the reason I put the new jacks on it. We ain't gonna use that though. So I forgot where we were, but yes, towing and recovery is just something I really enjoy doing, and business growth. It's actually working very well. These are brand new jacks, by the way. Business growth is something I really enjoy doing, but where it's gonna get really confusing to you guys is that I don't want to combine those two things. I have no desire to grow my towing business into multiple employees, trucks, a bigger towing business. Absolutely not. I don't want the towing business to ever be more than just me doing my thing, because that's what I enjoy about it. Oh, that's definitely not on there right. Oh, that thing right there. I don't think this is a hammer. Close enough. So that pin needs to be hammered in a little more so this socket fits over it. But yeah, I have no desire to own and run or any of that, a big towing company. Granted, I say that now, but that could change in the future. But for right now, this is what I like doing for me. Now's the part where we walk around the camper 500 times, doing a little bit at a time on each jack. I enjoy doing what you see me doing here, not jacking up a camper. As far as the towing business, Cascade Heavy Rescue, what you see on YouTube. I enjoy that. Keep that as that. Keep it as the enjoyable, fun thing that is my break from world domination big business. Okay, so I just got a phone call that completely changed my plans. We are gonna head out and go do some tow trucking. We're gonna leave that there and get to it when we get back. Yes, I know what happened last time I left one of my campers up on jacks with nothing underneath it, but we're gonna do it again and hope for the best. So I have a yard full of tow trucks here, and a friend of mine just called. Sounds like he's on his way home from camping way over on the other side of the mountain. Is up on top of Sandium Pass on the mountain over there, and his truck blew a turbo. So I have this tow truck, which does not have nearly enough horsepower to tow a fully loaded 1-ton truck with a big camper on the back up Sandium Pass. I mean, it'll do it, but I don't want to take 12 hours to do it. So we're not going to take that one. I have the rollback here. Went tried on and done, but he's got an F350 with a big like permanent mount hard side camper on it, who would be way up over height. So we're not going to take this one. We could throw the wheel grids on and tow it off the back from the wheel grids, but as I said, David's not here anymore. I'm by myself, and I don't want to put these big heavy wheel grids on, so we're not going to do that. The Zacklift has the wheel grids on it ready to go, but it doesn't have the truck underneath it ready to go. The Western Star, on the other hand, is ready to go and has the low bed hooked up. Now, since this truck does run and drive, the turbo is just bad, so it won't like make it over a mountain pass, load it up. We can take this and we should just be able to drive it right on, load it up and be done. So I think I'm gonna get this truck and trailer checked out, fired up, and then we're gonna go ahead for a drive up over the mountain. Then when we get back, we're gonna hope that our camper is still standing over there. So it's my big giant Western Star and 35-ton low bed. Just totally overkill for what we're going to do. Absolutely, like 100% yes. But it still kind of makes the most sense, so all those are staying in the yard and we're taking this one. So we have made it to the town of Sisters, and I just remembered that it is Sunday on a summer weekend, and that is the last time you ever want to be in Sisters, especially going that way, because everyone is trying to get out of tourist area Bend and back over the mountain to the city. So this is just traffic jam. We're out of town, headed up the mountain now. It's just beautiful views out here. He said he's broke down right at the ODOT yard, so I think I'm going to use the ODOT yard as my loading area. So we just got to head up here over the top of Sandium Pass, down at the bottom, up over Potato Hill, and then he should be sitting right there. We'll get pulled in, get them loaded up, spin around, and head back to town. Okay, we made it to ODOT yard. Our truck is sitting right out there at the front, so I'm gonna loop around and we'll load it up probably right here. Thinking right here looks just perfect. Then we're facing right back out. Look at that shiny trailer back there. I am glad I painted it. As much as I said I wasn't going to, didn't want to, it does look good. Just like that, now we're back down the road. It's parked and done. We got the low bed hooked back up, ready to go. So that thing had a blown turbo. So that's why it was still run and drive. It just wasn't gonna run and drive home. So luckily that was what was wrong with it. Since I had the Zacklift pulled off the back, I can still just drive it right up on the trailer and haul it with that. So super easy, dead simple, nothing to it job. Drive up there, drive it on, tie it down. Drive here, drive it off, no, untie it, then drive it up. I've made that mistake before, doesn't work. And then now we go home. Okay, we are back home and parking the truck now. The camper's still standing over there, that's a good sign. And I also remembered what I was talking about before I left, which is also a good sign. But like this type of thing right here, a friend of mine just called. He was in a bad way, needed some help. I was able to just go help him out. And whether it's a friend of mine or not, the same thing applies. I'm able to help people when they're in a bad situation. There, you can see in the mirror there, just backing this thing in the corner without running over any more rocks, because we got lots of rocks around here. Good enough. But yeah, I was able to just go help someone. And even though he's still, like, he was having a really bad day. Blew a turbo, his truck's all screwed up, and he's stranded in the middle of nowhere. Now, even though he still has a broke down truck that he has to deal with, his day is so much better because I was able to just go help him out of his immediate problem. And that's kind of like what we're doing tomorrow. The people tomorrow, I have no idea, I've never met the people we're going to help tomorrow. They just called and trying to get a price on towing their car back because every price they got so far they weren't able to afford. So tomorrow's case is a little different. We're going to go try to tow their car back, and then I think we're even going to try to fix it for them so that when they get it back it's 100%. But I'm able to just go do that and help people. And this one, you'll hear more of the story tomorrow, but basically, yeah, it completely changes how their whole day, well, for these people, their whole month has gone. It can take a really bad experience and turn it into don't know, positive thing, but a much more positive thing. So like that's the part of it I like, is taking someone's bad day and turning it around. And that's why I don't want to grow the towing business here and have towing employees and all of that. And I want nothing to do with rotation contracts and the big major accident calls and all that stuff. I don't enjoy that. I don't want to do that. I like doing what I myself can do with my equipment here and going that route. So that's what we're going to stick with as far as the towing company goes. I don't know why I sat down. I got more stuff to do. I was going to go get the backhoe. But another component to that is like this channel and you guys watching these videos, and then even the sponsors who support these videos allow me to do a lot more with helping people. And what I've come to realize more and more is I've done some more of the sponsored video stuff that you guys have seen and some of you complained about, and the sponsorships allow me to do so much more of the part I really like to do, which is helping people. So even though some people don't like the sponsorships, there is going to be sponsorships because that is what allows me to do a lot of this stuff. That's what pays for it. The video we're filming tomorrow is going to be a sponsored video, and that sponsor is what is paying for this, what's going to be a 13-14 hour trip. 13-14 hour trip by the time we're done. And that's a long tow, and the sponsor of tomorrow's video is what's going to be paying for that. They're also who's going to be paying to repair that car, so when these people get it back, it's done and their whole nightmare is over. And that's something that's hard to do without a sponsorship, because these videos, just the views on the videos, they don't cover that stuff. Normally, the videos I make of recoveries and tows and stuff like that do not pay anywhere near what the job would have actually paid if I charged for it. I lose money by doing it for free to make a video out of. And then every once in a while, a video does really good and makes a bunch of money where it profits. But it's hard to run a business on, let's hope that happens every once in a while and happens regularly enough to make it worth it. So like overall, the YouTube stuff does profit. Is lighting better over here? No, lighting's better on not in the backhoe. So in reality, I am more reserved on how much I do for free and what I do for free. Oh, there's the drill. I lost it. I set it on the trailer. I couldn't find it anywhere. Because I don't know how much I'm going to get paid for any of this stuff. The YouTube, Google AdSense that pays for the video views from you guys watching, it's good. It's nowhere near what the job usually would have paid to do the job if I would have charged for it. So I'm coming out way less there by not charging and using the ad revenue instead. Sponsorships 100% change that, because with a sponsorship, I know what I'm going to get paid, and that is added on top of the ad revenue from the videos and the views, and allows me to do a whole lot more for people. So yes, there's going to be more sponsorships, because I've realized how much more that will allow me to do. Because I'll be honest with you, these sponsored videos, and the reason so many people do sponsored videos, is the sponsorships pay usually 4 to 5 times what the ad revenue pays. So yeah, it makes a big difference in what you're able to do. If my income from this YouTube thing went up 4 times, like quadrupled, can you imagine how much more stuff I'd be able to do for people? Because there's a lot of things like I have to turn down because I can't afford to do it, and I would love to not turn those things down. So there will be some more sponsorship stuff, and that will be used to help people and continue doing the part of the YouTube that I really like. And then my business separate from what you guys see here, business will continue to do its thing as a business to be the profitable long-term business. I think that's my plan. Did I just spell out my whole business plan on YouTube, or did I just spell out a whole therapy session on YouTube? I don't know, but either way, let's go see if this backhoe will put a camper on my truck, because I don't want to jack it up any higher. It's looking sketchy. I gotta be honest with you, I don't know what was more sketchy. Doing that with the backhoe or lifting it up on the jacks to do it. Either way, it's on there. I totally forgot about the light bar on top and almost crunched it into my cab, but that's cool. So now we gotta tie this thing down. We gotta load it up with the EcoFlow stuff. Get the trailer hooked up for tomorrow, and we're ready to do some camping road trip shenanigans. And I know there's people who don't like how much I say shenanigans, but guess what? Shenanigans!